Good morning, everybody. Really early morning. But thank you all for coming back. There's another update of the next planned action for Massachusetts from Goal and the other entities that are working together to fight the Attorney General's ruling. I'm going to read it word for word. It's kind of early, and I didn't remember the whole thing, so I don't want to get anything screwed up. But so bear with me. The State House lobby is where we're going to do the next action. It's going to be a rally, but not a rally outside of the State House. So this is going to be a little different. So State House Lobby Day is what they're going to be calling it. And this coming weekend, the legislature will be holding more weekend sessions that will spell the end of the formal legislative session on July 31st. You've heard me say that a couple times. It'll be essentially the last opportunity for the legislature to enact emergency legislation to rein in the rogue actions of the Massachusetts Attorney General. Goal is asking gun owners and citizens to join us at the State House again this Saturday, July 30th, 2016, from noon to 2. So if you could give up 2 hours of your life on Saturday to help your own civil rights, your own constitutional rights, it would be greatly appreciated. I know I'm going to be there. I know others are going to be there. Let's have a turnout like we did last weekend with 5,000 people. Okay? There's not going to be an outside rally. It's I want to stress that we're not rallying outside the State House this time. We're going to do it a little different. This time we're going to be asking people to spend their time in direct communications with legislators inside the State House. It is vitally important that we all continue to make our voices heard. So we're actually going to show up and talk to our representatives face to face. Be that person that they just can't, BS. Be that person they're going to be held accountable to. Be that person where they have to give answers to. We know we're asking a lot from people to give up another Saturday, but we cannot let this horrific attack on our civil rights and due process stand. This is also a chance for those who could not attend last weekend's rally to participate. The Attorney General's actions are what we're focusing on, and this is what we would like, or what they would like, for you to talk to your representatives about. Consider discussing some of these talking points. The Attorney General's actions were a publicity stunt that has devastating implications for lawful citizens. Another one is this has nothing to do with gun safety. We all know that. We understand that many officials are seeking clarity, but the Attorney General's office has not offered any clarity on this fraudulent handgun regulations for over 20 years. Talk about the two lists. There's two lists for guns that can be sold in Massachusetts. One from EOPS, the other from the AG. The EOPS has all kinds of stuff on it. The AG's list is very limited. Since 1994's federal ban and the subsequent 1998 state ban, no government official, federal or state, has ever defined the law in the way that the Attorney General just did. This is a brand new interpretation of the law that has potentially made hundreds of thousands of lawful citizens in Massachusetts felons in waiting. Another point, lawful gun owners are going to spend the rest of their lives with a potential 10-year prison sentence hanging over their head because of this political stunt. Another one is the Attorney General supposedly promised not to enforce the newer interpretations on transfers prior to July 20th, 2016, but no one else has made that promise. In an interview, when asked if she had cited anyone, her answer was not yet. Let's see. Another one, she unilaterally changed the rules and interpretations of long-standing law overnight without seeking legislative support or consultation, without consulting the state agencies that have statutory authority over these laws. And she did it in secret with no public input. Two more quick ones. All transfers of guns in the Commonwealth, whether through the retailers or private transfer, must be approved and documented by the state. Another bone of contention, the legislature has the authority to rein in rogue government agencies and can do so on any given day. Why haven't they done so with the Attorney General? So those are some points. Word things how you want, pick whatever you want. Or if there's another faction of the way we're going after this law that you'd like to speak about with your representatives, go ahead. But the key is to get there and engage in conversation. If you're intimidated about this, I once was too. They're just people, they really are. They just have a title, and they vote for a living. And don't be afraid of them. They work for us. They are our employees. Go there knowing they're just a person who is supposed to take your direction, your guidance. They're supposed to vote with their constituents' best wishes, and just think of it that way. They're just somebody. They're a tool for you to get to government. To get your voice heard. They work for us. They're just regular people who make a decent living, talking. That's what they do. They're not going to be rude to you. And if they are, let us know. But they're not going to be rude to you. They're going to listen to you. They're going to maybe tell you about the 3 forms of legislation that was submitted last week. They might want to talk about that and what they want that to accomplish. But the fact is, they could have gotten this done already. Remember, in Massachusetts, we have an upskirting law. You can't take pictures up girls' skirts with a cell phone camera. That was created and passed in 24 hours. If you plan on going, citizens may want to contact their local state representatives and senator prior to the weekend to set up an appointment on Saturday, especially if you're in a district that's really busy. If they just have 65 people show up to talk to one representative, it could cause a logjam. And make sure you get their room number before Saturday. If you've never been in the State House, it's like a big giant apartment building for comparison. Every room has a number, and you want to know where your representative's room number is so you know where to go in the State House, because it's a pretty big building. And I'll have a link in the description, and it'll tell you how to find that information. It's Mass Legislature, malegislature.gov, and you can click on the people search and type in your legislator's name if you know it, or on the right-hand side of the page, you can type in your address. When you hit search, it'll pop up your legislators. You click on their information, and it tells their contact information and the room number that they have for an office. It's pretty easy to find. But there are also some people other than your legislator you should want to talk to. The big one being Governor Charlie Baker, whose room is 360. Senate President Stanley Rosenberg's room is 332. House Speaker Robert DeLeo, his room is 356. And again, your state senator and your state representative. You're going to want to be polite. You're going to want to, not sound like a wingnut. One thing that you need to know if you do join us, the State House this weekend, there is only one entrance that will be open, and it's the one on Ashburton Place. It's right around the corner. Very easy to find. It's just on the back side of, it's not where the Gold Dome is. It's right around the corner. But if you're going to, Google it or MapQuest it, if you're not from the region, if you have never been to the State Building, Ashburton, Ashburton Place. The general public won't have access to the State House prior to 11. So we're asking to do this from 12 to 2. You can get there early if you wish, but you can't get in the building before 11 o'clock. Prepare to go through security. It's a gun-free zone. No knives, no guns, no pepper spray. No, none of that. Prepare in advance. Also, if you've never been there, they generally don't allow signs and flags and stuff like that to be in the State House. Very professional building, and that's how they want to keep it. They're not looking for pickets and rallies in the hallways. We keep that outside, as you've seen over the last week or so. Goal is also planning more events, more rallies, etc., and they will forward it to their members. And keep an eye, like I said in the previous video that I put up yesterday, keep an eye on their Facebook and Twitter. They put all their information out there, and please forward that information. So I ask you again, I know I'm asking a lot, but folks, this is our constitutional rights. And, one man can't do it himself. One group of people, goal, can't do it themselves. We need everybody's help because this is serious. I ask you again to join us at the State House in Massachusetts, in Boston, if you can. I want to say it's Beacon Street, but I think it's 54 is the address. Just search Massachusetts State House. It's the only one there is, and MapQuest is pretty easy. Get you in the area. A lot of parking in the area. Shouldn't be too difficult to find a spot on a Saturday. There's not a lot going on. But thank you all for all of the comments, all of the support I've gotten, for the phone calls nationwide. Thank you. I can't tell you how much it means. It keeps me going because this is daunting and exhausting for everybody who's involved. Again, I did speak to, I got a couple personal phone calls from state reps yesterday, and we're trying. But this is a movement that needs to be done. It's not something that you can sit by and say, I'm going to let Jared figure this out. We need everything we can get from everybody. I hope to see you Saturday. Until the next time, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry your weapon. Take care.